What's up, guys? Playing some Mega Man 2 today. So, had a lot of fun making the last Let's Play Mega Man, so I figured I'd do Let's Play Mega Man 2. And we are going to play on difficult mode, because we're not sissies. So, okay. When compared to Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2 had 8 robots as opposed to 6 robots. So it's kind of cool. One of the neat things about Mega Man 2, even when compared to all the Mega Mans afterwards, is there's actually multiple orders you can go. I mean, there's lots of weapons that, traditionally Mega Man, you beat a bad guy, you gain their weapon, and then there's another bad guy that's weak to that weapon. In this one, there's almost multiple weaknesses for various characters, which we'll kind of get into. But I'm going to start off with Metal Man, just because Metal Man might be a little hard to beat with your arm cannon, but almost everything is weak to him. It's a very overpowered weapon. It doesn't use a lot of energy, so. But funny thing about Mega Man, the very first game, is it really didn't sell too well, and the creators behind it, were pretty sure they had something amazing. And they went to Capcom like, hey, we need to make a sequel. We think this is going to be really, really big. And they're like, all right, fine, you can make a sequel, but don't let it get in the way of your actual duties. So Mega Man 2 is actually made, the developers made it in their spare time. Which, for anyone that knows anything about video game developing, there's not a lot of spare time. So really, really kind of amazing. And the game turned out really good. I mean, it still holds up, and it's still regarded as probably the best Mega Man. I think the best Mega Man is either 4 or 3. I kind of go back and forth with it. But, 2 is definitely really, really good. And I would say 2 has, like, the best special weapons that you get throughout the game. They changed the graphics a little bit. The energy orbs you get, they're kind of a little bit different. If I was on a plane that wasn't moving, I would show something, but we'll get that later. Has to do with like Mega Man like sliding a little bit. Good music too. Mega Man music is always so catchy. I'll turn the volume up on my TV a little bit. There we go. Is that a glitch? I don't think I've ever seen that before. So I am playing on an actual NES cart, for anyone wondering. So, because I'm playing on difficult, enemies take a little more hits. Like this guy right here, usually you can kill him with 1 hit. But on difficult, it takes 2 hits. Which I've played this game so much that, kind of feels like I'm cheating to play it on normal difficulty at this point. So here's what I was talking about earlier. Like if you walk forward and stop, you kind of like slide for a little bit, just like in the first Mega Man. Mega Man 3, 4, 5, and 6 don't really have that. It kind of stops a little quicker. So when you go back and you're used to playing 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then you go back to, and even 9 and 10, because it uses the same style of graphics, you go back to playing 1 and 2, it kind of feels a little off a little bit. You got to get used to it. And just like the last vid, I am playing on my HDMI modded NES, which I highly encourage anyone to get if they're into playing on the original hardware. So the pattern with Metal Man is actually pretty simple. He normally doesn't fire unless you fire. Sometimes it'll take a second, but he only has like 3 attack patterns. Like he'll throw 3 like that. You can kind of jump over the first 2 and go on to the third. He'll throw 1 with a little jump. He'll do 2. So I'm going to do 2. There we go. You can kind of jump over that. So his patterns are pretty predictable. Oh, I actually got hit. Oh, I got hit again. And there's some enemies that are a little easier to beat with the arm cannon, but again, I start off with Metal Man just because his weapon is so freaking powerful. There we are. But, you know, if you can score a copy of Mega Man 2 on the NES, it, you know, goes for a pretty decent amount. It's not like the first Mega Man or Mega Man 5 that goes for like $100 or well over that. But, it's not too bad. You can get like in the AES system, I think that's called, you know, like the little clone system. That's FPGA based. So now I got the Metal Blade, I have lots of options. I can go after Flash Man, Wood Man, or Bubble Man. You know, each one of those characters is weak to the Metal Blade. So I'm gonna go after Flash Man, just because. Why not? If you ever get a chance, look for a YouTube video. I think the band is called The Advantage, and they actually... It's a band, they play the music to Mega Man as a guy is speedrunning through Mega Man. Or Mega Man 2, I should say. He's playing on normal mode, not in hard mode. Crap, I forgot which way to go. Been a while since I played this. I think it's middle. No, it's not middle. It's down. I remember now. So, when you got the Metal Blade equipped, it doesn't drain a lot of energy like you see in the corner there. And you can shoot it in any direction as well. So it's a really powerful weapon in this game. And usually when I play Mega Man, I play like this, like the claw method. You know, I use my fingers so that way I can shoot really fast. What's funny is my bachelor party last year, before I got married, instead of having like, you know, strippers or anything like that, we had like a retro video game theme party. It was supposed to be a Halo LAN party, but it ended up being a retro video game theme party instead. And the first thing I did was pop in Mega Man 2. I was playing Mega Man 2. It was at my friend's video game shop. And a lot of my friends who, you know, some of them played Mega Man were like making fun of the way I was holding and playing the controller. If you guys are watching this, you know who you are. Now this little part right here is usually a little simpler if you have the item number 2, which I'll talk about those as I get them. But we'll see if we can make the jumps. Almost didn't make that one. There we go. And those guys right there, if you are in the air as they hit the ground, they won't shoot. Uh-oh. 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 I messed that up. Uh-oh. There we go. Hopefully I can survive a hit from Flashman. Flashman, of course, he freezes time. Oh, nice. Didn't even get hit. Interesting thing about Flashman is you use his weapon, it's just a one-shot hit, and it slowly drains your weapon energy, and it stops time, freezes stuff. Unfortunately, you can't go to the pause menu or like not so much the pause menu, the weapon menu, and unequip it or anything like that until it's actually completely used up. So, some other special weapons... Oh, here's an item. We'll talk about that in a second. Some other special weapons in later Mega Man games have the time stop functionality that are a little easier to use, but this is kind of the first Mega Man that had that feature, so it's kind of cool. So, this game has the special items. Item 1, Item 2, Item 3. They didn't really give them a name. They just called them items. We'll go to Woodman next. But the items are basically like little platforms you jump on. Like in Mega Man 1, you get like the little magnet beam. You know, kind of create like a little platform to run across. In this one, you get like little platforms you shoot, and one just kind of floats and hovers in the air. The other one's like a jet that shoots across, and the third one kind of hugs on the walls. Like I was saying, that energy tank is a little easier to get with the jetpack, which is item number 2, actually. Of course, the first appearance of the bubble bats. So another thing I was talking about earlier, I mentioned, I mistakenly said the pause. I meant the weapon menu. But Mega Man 1, you could hit select and you could pause the game. In this one, they took it out completely. The pause doesn't work. Probably to avoid any kind of like weapon glitches and stuff like that, like the first game had. So they're probably just, you know, easy way to take it out completely. Get rid of the pause. And unlike the first Mega Man, this Mega Man and every Mega Man after that does not have points. So there's no like point system trying to get the highest score or anything like that. Kind of weird to think about a Mega Man game with points now, but so I can get those birds and try and refill some of my health. Because Woodman usually takes a decent amount of health. Oh, there we go. That'll work. And Woodman's got a lot of weaknesses. I mean, the metal blade's a really good weakness. Heatman's weapon, you know, the charged flaming shot. I forget the technical name for it. That works really good. The crash bombs you get from Crash Man, that works really well, and it'll actually go through his shield. So that's kind of cool. Got the chickens running by, like the chicken from Looney Tunes. I say, boy. Better watch out and kill that Woodman, I say, boy. Forget that character's name. Foghorn Leghorn, that's what it is. If you don't know who Looney Tunes are, you're living a sad life. And I mean the classic Looney Tunes, not that crap that's on TV now. If I remember correctly, on normal mode, I think it's just one charged up heat shot will kill him. But like I said in the last Mega Man video, never owned any of the NES Mega Man games until way, way later. Let's do Quick Man next. But I always ended up renting games or maybe borrowing from a friend. Mega Man 3 I had. Or actually, I didn't have Mega Man 3. My dad and my stepmom rented Nintendo games out of the convenience store, and they had Mega Man 3 in stock, so I always played it there. But whenever I wanted to play the ones I didn't have access to, I basically go rent them at the video store or whatnot. So here's like what one of the items do. You know, those little platforms. This one sticks to the walls, just goes up and down. So Quick Man. In Quick Man's stage, you have to be quick. Yeah, the Mega Man games I had when I was a kid was 2 of the Game Boy games. So of course, in this little part right here, you got to be quick. Yeah, because those little beams, they will kill you in one hit. Oh, that was close. And of course, you can actually use your Flashman ability, the Time Stopper ability, and it'll freeze those things completely. But I actually want to save that for the final boss. Or not the final boss, but the boss in this stage. For Quick Man. Oh, oh, that was not good. Should have went the other way. That's okay. Alright, so let's try this again. Again, gotta be quick. There we are. And don't want to grab that thing. I mean, if you use the Flashman Time Stopper, you can kind of go and grab those things. Because they'll freeze them. That'll actually help refill the weapon energy. Oh, crap. I might be screwed. Ah. So if you use the Flashman weapon, you can grab those as you're going down, because that'll help refill your Time Stopper meter as you're descending. The other thing is, when you're using that ability, you cannot shoot anything. And I'll show it off up here in a second. Alright, let's try this again. Third time's a charm. No reason to grab that. It's a trap. There we go. Much better. Those guys, I just go under them. No point in killing them. They're too much of a pain in the butt to kill. So I'm missing a little bit of health. So Flashman's Time Stopper will actually drain half his health. So I actually shoot him with the arm cannon first to get half his health down, just in case I die by accident. Arm cannon doesn't do too bad. Should be good now. There we go. So I can't shoot. I'm hitting the button. Can't do anything. I can just walk around. There we are. And the reason I do that at the second half is just in case if I do it during the first half, and then I get him halfway down, and then I mess up and I die, I have no Flashman energy left. So I have to beat him with just the arm cannon. So I try to fight him with the arm cannon first, get him halfway down, and then use the Flashman ability. Kind of a little safer route. Alright, let's do Airman next. Of course, I'll need Woodman's ability to beat Airman, which I already have. And equip our Metal Blade. Get a little second of invulnerability there. There we are. Because I'm very impatient. Of course, the Metal Blade is very handy fighting these guys because you can shoot them diagonal. Almost fell off the edge there. There we go. Real cool trick right here. If you're not that good at the game, just starting out, just stand there and wait. Eventually you'll just get like extra guy after extra guy. Or if you need to refill weapon energy or something like that. You know, want a bunch of extra guys or something. Gotta be careful with the knockback, like I just did right there. We'll try this again. Without the suck this time. I got 3 extra guys, though, so I'm not worried about it. I can afford to take risks and take some chances and mess around here. There we go. Get hit. Second invulnerability. Because I get very impatient when I play this game. Gotta rush through everything. Okay, so Airman, of course, is weak to Woodman. But you can't really hit him with the metal shield because of the stuff that he throws. So I try to start off with the arm cannon, just to kind of get in between the shots here. Like those little air things. Oh, I didn't get any shots through. Those little air things, this weapon actually deflect off them. Uh-oh, am I pretty screwed here? Oh, that's alright. That was close. Let's try this again. There we go. Got a couple of hits on him. Oh, here we are. Much better. Worked out much better. So yeah, I mean, such a major difference in terms of like the graphics, art style, gameplay, pretty much every little thing they did, going from Mega Man 1 to Mega Man 2. I mean, Mega Man 2 is definitely improved in every way. I mean, graphics are almost the same. I mean, it's Mega Man, but, you know, like the art style, a little better color, things like that. So we got the item number 2 now. So we got the little jetpack. Or jet platform, I should say. I guess we should talk about the password system, because Mega Man 1 did not have the password system, I don't believe. So Mega Man 2 is the first Mega Man to have the password system, which continued all the way to Mega Man 7. Went all the way up until Mega Man 8, which finally allowed you to save your game. The waterfall in the background almost gives me a headache. There we go. For these platforms, you gotta be real careful. Gotta jump quick. It's kind of funny because when Mega Man 2 came out, it was kind of in that era of NES games that was getting sequels, where the sequels were actually quite a bit different than the original game. Like, of course, you had, or at least in the United States, because with Super Mario Bros., you had Super Mario Bros. 2, which was actually based on Doki Doki Panic, so the gameplay in that was quite a bit different. Legend of Zelda, you know, original was a top-down, and then the sequel was a side-scroller. Castlevania became more exploration and stuff like that. But Mega Man was actually very similar, if not identical, in terms of gameplay to the first one. So... But they didn't, like, reuse a lot of game assets or anything like that. I mean, the character models and everything. Most of the sound effects. They're all pretty much the same. I want to show something real quick here. Take a hit, jump in the spikes. I don't die right away. Where Mega Man 1 is the only one that you would still die, even when you're flickering when you hit the spikes. So... Come on, Froggy. There we go. I was hoping to give you some more health, but that's okay. We'll be good. Gotta watch out for the crabs. Not a good idea to get crabs. They're always a pain. Of course, Bubble Man, he's weak to both the Metal Blade and the Quick Boomerang. You know, you get off a Quick Man. It's easy to just stick with this. Because you can just get right underneath them. And just do that. Even on difficult, a lot of the guys are actually still really easy. You only take a couple hits to kill them. The later Mega Man's not so much. Get equipped with the Bubble Lead. My friend Scott, back in junior high, a good friend of mine, him and I, we would argue over whether it was pronounced Bubble Lead or Bubble Lead. I think he finally agreed recently that it's Bubble Lead. I just thought Bubble Lead sounded cooler. You know, like a lead bubble or something. Watch out. It almost looks like they're jerking themselves off. Oh, family show, family show. Can't land in a fire because that is an instant death. Of course, there's these stupid platform things I'm not even going to worry about. Of course, you can see the metal blade comes in very handy. You can just throw in any direction. Of course, those little gates right there, you can use the crash bombs from Crash Man to break through those. And you see that looks a little complicated, but we're going to avoid that entirely. Just coast on through. Now, if I got the jet low enough... Oh! Almost. That's okay. Hate that guy, so we're just going to freeze time and go right underneath him. Of course, hitting the start button, can't go to the start menu until that's completely used up, so once you use it, that's it. You have to refill it from scratch. So we're fighting Heat Man. I wonder if they were making this game today from scratch, if they would get away with making him look like a giant lighter. Yeah, because that's what he's modeled after. He's modeled after a Zippo lighter. It's like, you can't make a children's game... Oh, I'm using the wrong weapon. There we go. It's like, you can't make a kid's game with a lighter in it. Never really thought about that until now, actually. But you can use lighters for other things, not just smoking. Don't smoke, kids. It's bad for you. But, you know, light a fireplace or light the barbecue or always, kids, if you ever have to light anything, always have your parents' supervision. I don't think I was allowed to use matches until 8th grade. Funny story about matches. I remember one of my cousins out on the ranch that my stepdad worked on was playing with matches one day. Of course, you always heard in school, don't play with matches. Well, he was playing with matches, and he lit part of the field on fire. Not a huge part, but, you know, about it was a fire about the size of a kitchen table. I remember him getting his butt whipped so hard he had, like, scabs on it. I don't believe in spanking kids or anything like that, but that dude deserved it. He didn't get enough of them. So yeah, the hard hats. The hard hat characters, you know, they make their return, which they're pretty much in every single Mega Man game. Pretty sure they're in the first one. Yeah, they're in the first one. Of course, we got item number 1. Does like a little flotation here. Uh-oh. There we go. Make that go by a little quicker. Yeah, just jump right over them. Of course, you know, after Mega Man 2, you had the dog Rush, where Rush could just kind of turn into a jet and turn into that kind of stuff for you. So you don't have to worry about that as much. Just jump right over that guy. Oh, there we go. And we're going to switch to Woodman here, because the birds are going to lay their eggs and launch all the little birds. And there we go. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. And you can also use Flashman's weapon, too, to freeze time if you want to. Grab this energy tank. Got 4 energy tanks, don't really need any more. Which you can only max out at 4. Oh, yeah, this is also the first Mega Man game to even have energy tanks. I mean, Mega Man 2 added a lot to the formula that people forget about. So, as far as Crashman's pattern, he just stays on the ground, but he jumps. Oh, he actually jumped early. But he jumps every time you shoot your weapon. So you should kind of shoot in the air, he'll just jump right into it. Pretty easy pattern. But usually he doesn't jump until you shoot, but that time he eventually did it. Did like a second, or a split second before I shot my weapon. Get equipped with a Crash Bomber. Of course, beat all the guys. Now you gotta fight Dr. Wily. Not really much story to these. It's basically Dr. Wily makes robots, tries to destroy the world. Mega Man stops him, beats Dr. Wily. That's it. That's all you need. The first game, it's Dr. Wily reprograms robots. You gotta go fight them. It's Mega Man. You don't need a complex story. course, the thing with the Wily stages is once you complete the stage, the weapon energy that you've used doesn't refill automatically. In very few Mega Man games it does. Unless you like used up all your guys and have to kind of start the stage over. Mega Man 8 does actually. Mega Man 8 I think refills your energy like after every death, if I remember correctly. I usually don't grab this, but I might as well grab that. There we go. Travel up, up, and up. Keep going up. Of course, this part's a little tricky here because you got to use item number 1. Oops. I don't think you use 2 because you just, when you jump on the platform with 2, you can't jump high enough to reach the ladder. There we go. And you can only throw up to 3. You can't do more than 3. And the boss in this stage is weak to the quick boomerangs, which of course turns Mega Man pink. Have you guys seen that episode of South Park where they play Guitar Hero and Stan gets hooked on the game called Pink Heroin Dragon? And you chase the pink dragon. Well, in this, the dragon chases the pink Mega Man. He doesn't actually catch the Mega Man, he just chases him. Of course, this is real tricky because one hit, you get knocked right off. Come on. There we are. Little easier on normal because the boomerangs do a little more damage, so you can beat them a little quicker. But you gotta be real careful not to get hit because it'll just knock you right off. So it's almost kind of a one-hit death. So as you see, a lot of the energy missing. It's alright. Go back to the metal blade. Got the guys working themselves again. So see weapon energy throughout a lot of stages, so you kind of got to use them. Fill your stuff wisely. Helps to know what's coming. Don't want to go too high. Ah, shit. I did go too high. It's alright. I mean, if I want to cheat, I could just, kill myself in the spikes and go back to 3 guys, get my stuff refilled, but that's cheating. Okay. Don't be tricked by the first ladder. You want to hit the second ladder. Because 1, you don't have to waste your crash energy to get all that stuff, and 2, you get an energy tank. Which I already got 4, I don't need them, but that's okay. So, we'll go ahead and refill item number 2. I think it comes in a little handy again later. Skip all that stuff, I don't really need it. Of course, I talked about, I'm playing this on the NES, but it's available on so many other consoles. Before the Wii shop closed on Nintendo Wii, you could buy it on that. I think you can buy it digitally on the 3DS. But Mega Man Anniversary Collection, which is available on... oh, can I make it up here? Yeah, oh shit! Aw, dang. Can I do this? Okay, we can make it this. Oh, not quite high enough. There we are. We made that. But Mega Man Anniversary Collection came out on the GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. Which, of course, you know, GameCube version backwards compatible with the original Nintendo Wii's, like the first batches. And Xbox version, which is compatible on 360 as long as you have a the OEM hard drive. Which, if you saw my Mega Man 8 video, playing Mega Man 8 on the 360 using Mega Man Anniversary Collection, not really the best way to play it. A little glitchy, but, you know, it's still playable. But all the NES games play perfectly fine. Well, semi-perfectly. The only issue is the scaling with the pixels. But if you play on the original Xbox, it's actually the best way to play it on that generation because the Xbox will plays them in 480p, which, you know, the original 240p resolution scales to 480p perfectly fine. God, those guys do a lot of damage, so you gotta be real careful. But yeah, it plays really good on the Xbox, which of course Anniversary Edition came out a little bit later on the Xbox than it did on PS2 and GameCube. But PS2 and GameCube versions are still really good. You're limited to 480i, like 480i resolution, and probably doesn't bother you, but if you're like really particular, you know how when you get hit with if Mega Man gets hit, something he kind of flickers, you'll notice that flicker with the interlaced resolution. It kind of looks weird. Almost looks like that transmission effect from Star Wars, like the holograms and whatnot. There we go. But of course, there's also Mega Man Legacy, which came out on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I think it also came out on 360. 360 and PS3, like right at the end of the life cycle. But it's only 1 through 6. It's not 1 through 8 in the arcade versions like Anniversary. I think Anniversary is a better release, but Legacy plays a little closer to, little smoother. And of course, I got Legacy on Nintendo Switch, which I've complained about a lot. You buy Legacy on Nintendo Switch, you get the cartridge, and you got to download half the games. Complete bullcrap. Which is why to this day I haven't bought it, even though I want the Switch version. I mean, no reason to. I got this on... I got the original cart, I got Anniversary Edition on all three consoles, PS2, Xbox, and Wii, or GameCube, I mean. So here we fight Gutsman from the first Mega Man. This is where Dr. Wily's fascination of Gutsman begins. Funny trick here is the graphics of the character is actually the background. That's why he's such a big character. Like, wow, that's a really huge character. Huge sprites and everything. Not really. It's actually just the background. If you notice the floor changes, but horizontally has one pattern. So it's actually the whole environment scrolling over, which, of course, because of the horizontal pattern on the floor, you don't notice it scrolling. So it's just the background scrolling and little invisible hitbox. Kind of a really cool trick that a lot of games ended up using, especially in the Mega Man games. Kind of giving an impression of a bigger character than there actually is. That's a cool trick. They did it with some Super Nintendo games as well, specifically like Mode 7 graphics and stuff like that. So. This music is always really creepy to me. How it kind of like the tone goes up and up and up and up and up to kind of make you hurry. Gotta watch out for the floors. There's floors you can fall through. which all you really got to do to find out where you fall through, shoot a bubble. Or you can use item number 2 and just shoot across the damn thing. Of course, good trick to run through, speed run through this, get hit, be invulnerable for a second, jump off the spikes. The metal blade comes in really handy because you can shoot it in any direction. Of course, there's a little second where you jump from the platform to there, but like I said, I'm impatient. Just going to use that. Actually, I think the quick boomerang does a little better with him. Come on, jump. There we go. Of course, this boss is a little tricky because he's weak to the crash bombs. I'm just going to go ahead and use an energy tank just so I don't screw up. But the thing is, you gotta use the crash bombs to beat him, but you also gotta use the crash bombs to open the doors to get to them. And you got just enough crash bombs to do the whole thing. A little tricky up this part. Come on, go up. Go up. And just to be on the safe side, we're going to use this again. Usually get away with not having to use them. And there we go. And I think if you die and you go to replay this boss, I think a lot of them are destroyed already. Like the ones you've destroyed so far. I might be thinking the walls, but yeah, it's a little tricky. Of course, on to the final boss. Of course, this was the first Mega Man game to fight all the bosses kind of all at once in like little teleporter things. You don't like fight them as you're progressing through the level. So use the bubble on him. And of course now, get a little bit of an energy boost when you beat a guy. Move on to the next guy. Got him halfway down pretty good. Use Woodman's weapon. Actually, I don't remember. It's... Oh, yeah, it is Woodman. Okay. We'll stick with the Metal Blade, though. I don't have any weapons on the Crash Bombs. Otherwise, I can show how they just go right through the shields. There we are. Just like we did last time. There we go, that should be good. Freeze! I could have got away with doing it a little bit sooner, but that's alright. Of course, the trick is also to have enough weapon energy left for the Wily fight afterwards. Which is why I stuck with Metal Blade on Woodman. Hopefully I got enough. Funny thing about Metal Man, you can use his own weapon against him. Actually, no reason to even grab that. And there we are. Yeah, these are quick boomerangs. Oh, maybe it's not the quick boomerangs. This is when the hits start to do a lot of damage. I don't remember what to kill him with now. Maybe it is the Heatman gun. I thought the Heatman gun was the second half. Nope, I was wrong. Now it's quick boomerangs. Yeah, there we go. There we are, much better. Actually, I think the Metal Blade works better on that second phase also, but that's okay. So, of course, now he gets away and you gotta fight him again. So this is... Mega Man 2 is actually the first Mega Man to do that. A lot of the later Mega Man games actually don't have him getting away anymore. Of course, you'll fight his final phase with the bubble lead. Gotta watch out for these things. They actually do a lot of damage. Little acid that drips on you. Oh, yeah, see, that's a lot of damage there. Final showdown with Dr. Wily. It turns out Dr. Wily is an alien this whole time. Who knew? Of course, if you get hit, and if you die here, the bubble lead is the only weapon he's weak against. And it takes a lot of them. So if you die, you're kind of screwed. So you gotta be real careful not to waste your weapon. There we are. Oh, it was a hologram. Wasn't really an alien. So many adult jokes I can make right now with Wily in the little corner there. Now, of course, capture Wily, you get him, and he'll never cause trouble again. So, of course, and the little ending. Peace throughout the land or some crap, however that works. But yeah, I mean, Mega Man 2, it's still a lot of fun to this day. I mean, there's a reason why Mega Man 11 kind of stuck to the classic Mega Man formula and why it's still a huge load of fun and fun to play. I mean, the classics are still a lot of fun to play. And it's available on just about every system that's modern. I mean, you can play it on Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 2, PlayStation... I just remember they re-released on PlayStation. They re-released these on PlayStation 1 in Japan, or I think on the PAL region or something like that. So, but yeah, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, 3DS, Wii, yeah, Switch. Of course, it's the names of the people that designed the characters, which I think the Mega Man, the guys are like fan submissions in Japan, if I remember correctly. I don't know how they do the contest, but in Mega Man 5 or 6, it's either 5 or 6. Two of the submissions were actually from Nintendo Power here in America. So I forget which ones, but that was kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, that's Mega Man 2. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think it's your favorite Mega Man. Let me know if you even never played Mega Man, which if you haven't, what's wrong with you? Go pick up a Mega Man game and play it. See you guys in the next video. Thank you for coming to my video. If you would like to help my channel grow, please like and subscribe, and please click on this little bell icon so you never miss a future video.